Hello, today we are going to talk about BlackRock, which is one of the biggest financial empires of all time, if not the biggest. In the context of talking about conspiracy theories and global political influence, there are parties that we fail to notice, despite their enormous power. And the strange thing is that they do not try to hide and do not possess suspicious agendas. One of these organizations is BlackRock, which is an American investment fund that manages over 9 trillion in financial assets. Yes, we're not talking here in millions or in billions, but rather in trillions of dollars. The fund has stocks and shares in almost all the companies in the US and abroad, like Meta, Alphabet, Tesla, Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, Fox News, and especially in oil and gas companies, and many more. Some of these shares reach the limit of majority, which give the fund the ability to control these companies and influence their management process. The strangest thing is that it owns shares in some companies, which in turn own shares in itself, which is prohibited by law due to conflict of interest. But the matter is overlooked because of the CEO and the services that he provides. The fund was established by Larry Fink, a businessman who graduated from the University of California with a diploma in political science. He worked in the beginning of his career with First Boston Bank, and during his years of work, he managed to hit profits for the bank that are worth approximately $1 billion. But he made a wrong move which cost the bank a loss of $100 million in a very short period, to be cast out but not fired. He then gave up and quit his job after 1.5 years and launched an investment fund called Blackstone with his partner Stephen Schwarzman, who financed him with only $5 million. And this amount turned into $20 billion in just a few years. Due to the fierce competitiveness of the partners, Larry sold his shares and went to create his own investment fund in 1994 called BlackRock, and that marked the true beginning of his success story. During his work in his company, Larry invented a new method of selling policies by dividing them according to their quality and value and sold them separately, which was not known at that time, and because of this scheme he made a remarkable profit in real estate investment. And we should mention here that this invention is what caused the collapse of the financial market in 2008 due to the accumulation of bad debt and the explosion of the real estate bubble. In the same year, he was one of the major contributors of former US President Barack Obama's presidential campaign. His creativity did not stop here. He was able to create a digital platform that analyzes financial data for investment consulting, known as Aladdin, and it manages right now the investments of the $9 trillion that he is directly responsible for and another $20 trillion of other funds. The man's strength lies in another domain. Because of his political background and his creative sense, his services were requested many times by the federal government, especially in times of economic blunder. He was the actual engineer of the post-2008 economic crisis bailout, and his services were provided again to navigate the financial consequences of the COVID-19 crisis between 2019 and 2020. Larry Fink. Despite his enormous influence and his implications with many political figures, his wealth is relatively small, with no more than $1 billion. He had never been linked to any secret organization and was never known to have suspicious activities. The man avoids the spotlights as much as possible, and his public appearances are limited to some CNBC interventions to provide economical analysis and some academic clubs. In the end, I come to learn a valuable lesson. That is, the best people to understand politics are the economists, and the best people to understand economics are the politicians. And you, what do you think? Please give us your opinion in the comment section below. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to our channel. And see you next time.